Stephanie Gammon with Sweet and Sassy Stamps. I'm bringing you a page today that I actually had to journal on a separate sheet of paper because I have 3 different Bibles I journal in, and all 3 of them had journaling already on the page I wanted to specifically do. And I had my mind made up. I did not want to change the verse I was doing. So I worked around it, and I decided to make a full page tip-in. So I'm going to kind of show you at the end of this video how I did that. So what I'm working on today is a verse in the book of James. It's James 1:17, and there are several different translations obviously, but I'm going to read you the one that's the NLT version. So James 1:17 says, "Whatever is good and perfect is a gift coming down to us from God our Father, who created all the lights in the heavens. He never changes or casts a shifting shadow." And I'm doing this page today because we just found out that we are having a 3rd baby girl, and I wanted to do a little page to kind of record that. So I'm using one of my sets from Sweet and Sassy Stamps called So Tweet. This is a super cute little set with a little bird and some sentiments and some clouds. So I stamped it onto my page and drew a little parachute like she's floating down from heaven. And I am actually using, on this page, I'm using some of my Dots and Dust watercolors, which are amazing. If you haven't tried them, they're so great. Make sure you check her out. And I'm using 2 different sets of hers today. Some are from the Sugar Rush set, and one are from one of her newer sets, Fall in Love. So I'm kind of decorating my page with the watercolors, and then going back in and stamping the background here, and adding some clouds just to kind of add the sky in there. And then I'm going to take some of my alphas, and I like, especially if I'm doing all stamping with my letters, I like to lay them out and kind of check the spacing, and I tend to be very symmetrical with what I do, so I like to kind of lay it out, see how everything's going to look ahead of time so I can make sure everything's centered or off to the side, or, I have enough space on each side of my page, whatever it is I'm going to do. So the Sweet and Sassy Stamps alphas are really great for that. I love to be able to see what I'm doing ahead of time before putting the permanent image on my page. So the letters I'm using right here are the Outline Script Alpha, which are really fun. You can leave them empty, or you can kind of fill them in, which towards the end of my page I do kind of fill in some color at the end just to kind of add some pop to them. And then the ones I'm laying out now are the Sunshine Girl Alpha, which are really fun. And they're skinny little letters, and they fit really nice in the margins of your Bible too, if you don't like to cover any of your verses up on your page. So I'm kind of alternating my alphas in here too, which I like just to add some interest onto the page as well. So I'm stamping out good and perfect gift, or up on the top I'll put every good and perfect gift is from above. Since I don't have the verse on my page, since I had to create the tip-in, I wanted to make sure my my sentiments kind of match the verse that I'm recognizing on this page. So I went through, did my stamps, and then for anything that didn't quite stamp clearly, I do go back in with my pen and kind of fill it in, shape it up some, just because I like it to be good and solid on my page. So that's what I'm doing here, filling in some of the color, or filling in some of the black ink, and adding is from on the bottom, and going back in, touching it up. And then here for the clouds, I did squeeze a little bit of a white acrylic paint on the scrap piece of paper there, and I'm filling in those clouds with that white acrylic because I really wanted them to pop off the page, make sure they were good and filled in, because any watercolor would leave it kind of thin, so I wanted a really thick white to make it nice and solid. So I go through, fill in all the clouds, and then about once I'm done with the clouds, I will slow down the video for you in just a little bit so I can kind of show you how I attach everything into my Bible. And if you haven't done tip-ins before, or you don't know what they are, tip-ins are a great solution if you have already journaled on your page and you want to add something else, or maybe there's another verse you want to recognize on that page and you don't have another Bible to put them in. You can create a simple little piece of paper that you can make a tip in the margin of your Bible, or like the case I'm doing here, I will be attaching it in the center binded portion of my Bible. So I'm taking my Prismacolor pencils and adding some color inside this outline script alpha right here, just to kind of add some more color to the page. And now I've slowed it down just a little bit for you guys. I'm going to take some of my washi tape and I'm going to cut it. And then I also cut it down the center just to make it a little thinner because I didn't want a ton of tape on my page. And I put it on the edge to make sure I kind of carefully put some tape on my page and then some tape off so I can hold it into the edge of my Bible. And after creating this page, I realized, I could have gone through and taken my scraps of my scraps of clear sticker paper and cut those up, and that's probably what I'll do. I'll go back in and replace this with sticker paper just so it's a little bit more heavy duty. And then I take the flat end of my paint spatula and really get in the crease there and make sure I have both pieces attached to the page. Or you could use a gift card or something, anything with a nice hard flat edge. And that secures it. So there's my final page on how you do a watercolor picture and a tip-in. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching.